resident genius as far as high school sporting events are concerned. His football knowledge was impeccable.
Well, thank you.
And we appreciate having you here in the baseball as well.
Hey, I'll pay you in cash later.
Good call. Good call.
You take euros or dollars?
I'll take whatever money you want to give me. I'm not cheap in that sense.
What's the exchange rate?
I think 77 right now, actually. You can hit up, this is a cheap plug, but you can hit up our website at afneurope.net, and you can find out the exchange rate there. Also,
or even better, get the app.
You can get the app, yes. And you can see this game streaming live over the internet. All you got to do is hit up afneurope.net. You can click on the link there. And you were saying, John, that it's going to be rebroadcast on the Pentagon channel later.
Yes, sir. It'll be there on June 9th at noon, 12 o'clock noon. You can catch this game, and it'll be cut, too, so you can avoid some of the long pauses in between innings.
Or by non sequiturs.
We're going to leave your singing there for sure, though. Yeah,
got to have that in there. It's not quite the same without it.
So far, we had the Bee Gees, and what else were you singing earlier?
Free Ride.
Free Ride.
Yeah, that's right. A little Free Ride. Edgar Winter Group, in case you're wondering. Fantastic song. We've still got Clay Kuhn. He's a sophomore. He's a pitcher. Number 24 on the mound for Shape. Shape's in the hole 3-0 against Bitburg. Right now, we've got number 10, Bryce Randall, third baseman, a junior, up to bat. First pitch, ball.
So you got to give props to the performance so far by Shape. They've definitely kept the least amount of runs in the from the Bitburg offense so far in this tournament.
Second pitch, ball, down in the dirt.
In pool play, Hohenfeld was on the receiving end of a 23-0 lashing by Bitburg.
23-0. I think that's about time you pull the mercy card on that one.
Yeah.
And for the mercy rule, too, you have to. It doesn't take effect until after the third inning, which is kind of tough because you can get 23 runs in a game if you are able to put bat to ball. Last pitch was a ball. Again, Bryce Randall up to bat. Good pitch, strike, takes it down around the knees.
So these teams are no strangers to one another. They played twice during the regular season and actually split the series.
Ball 4. So Bryce is going to take his base, and we'll see how aggressive they can get with the base running right now. And speaking of base running, the pitchers and catchers are able to get a relief from base running, and that's because to keep the pitchers fresh. And of course, the catchers have a decent amount of gear to put on before they come back up.
The tools of ignorance.
We've got Devin Billups, right fielder, struck out last time up to bat. We'll see how we can fare now.
Bill Dickey came up with a Yankees catcher.
I like that. I like that.
He's like, you have to be ignorant to put it on and face heaters coming at you and a bat.
Way under the ball on that one. Strike.
I see what you're saying about Billups. Almost looking like he is swinging for the fences with everyone.
It seems that you could see he was over top the ball or under the ball by a good little bit.
Well, I suppose he hit a grand slam the game before. He probably.
Yeah, he's probably.
How do you top that?
Yeah, he's still feeling the adrenaline on that one.
He reminds me of a young Prince Fielder.
I could see that, minus about 50 pounds.
Yeah. Well, if you can believe this, Prince Fielder is a vegetarian. How do you get that big
really?
on?
No,
No, seriously.
Wow.
He switched.
He's actually been a vegan for a number of years.
And he hasn't lost the weight. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't eat meat either, and I'm not the same size as Prince Fielder, so I'm kind of shocked.
Well, as soon as you start hitting 450 yards feet.
Yeah. I'll agree. It's a lot of tofu or beans he's chowing down on that one. Anyways, Clay Kuhn on the mound for Shape. Shape still in the hole, 3-0. This is the top of the third inning of the Division II-3 DoDDS Baseball Championship. The pitch, ball outside.
Now, as you said earlier, you're allowed to have pinch runners for your catchers and your pitchers. But I don't know if you want anybody else on the mound or on the bases besides Austin Schmidt. Like you said, 3-time All-European running back there for Bitburg.
Strikeout, caught looking right there. He must have thought that was a little outside, but not going to go his way on that one.
That's 2 Ks on Billups today.
Which is key, like we talked about. Let's take a look at the instant replay right here.
You can see
that looked good.
That was right down the middle. You couldn't have thrown it much better than that.
Kuhn grooved it in there, and he didn't want to take a swat at it.
We've got Eli Olson, left fielder, number 7 up to bat. First pitch, strike, swinging. Last time up to bat, he had a nice little single out there, helped bring in some runs.
That was a nice fastball from Kuhn. He throws upwards of about 85, 86 miles an hour, according to his dad. So, at the sophomore, and he's not the tallest kid in the world. So, who knows? Maybe a little more growing behind him.
Second pitch, ball, 1 strike. Again, Eli Olson on or up to bat right now. Bitburg leading the way, 3-0.
Here's another big cut, a little bit late. I don't know if he's waiting on that knuckleball or waiting on a curveball, but that's 2 fastballs that went right by him already.
1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll see how well they can do. Is 3 runs insurmountable, do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Not at this level.
We did see during this semifinal game, caught looking. That's 2 strikeouts in a row that Bitburg has been caught looking.
Or maybe Kuhn has found his groove.
Maybe 2 outs right now. We've got big man number 15, Zach Nichols, the catcher, senior, up to bat. See if he can help bring in Bryce Randall, sitting on first base right now. The pitch, swing, high, got him swinging for the high heater, strike 1. I think that'll be super effective.
Well,
Having a high fastball, you think that's going to be extremely effective for Kuhn?
Honestly, I think it depends on the batter. It looks like he's between himself and the catcher. They're forming a pretty good battery here. It looks like they're calling the right pitches that need to be called at that particular time. They're maybe fooling some guys. The Coach Phillips for Bitburg was talking about how smart that the shape players are.
2 outs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice little right up the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. Runners are going to go to second and first. So Zach Nichols gets a nice single, help moving the batters along here.
See, and that goes to prove that you don't need to take an uppercut every time when you go up to the plate. Sometimes all you need to do is hit a nice shot right down the gap.
2 outs,
runners.
Shapes down 3-0. Christian Eldensink is up to bat. He's the outfielder, junior. Last time up, he had a double. First pitch, ball up high. High check. Now this is still the 3rd inning. Kuhn doesn't seem to be tiring. Do you think that his early match is going to wear on him?
Well, I think he's only allowed another 4 innings because like I said, he did pitch 4 earlier in the game today. So we may see Westrick come back out here to finish up the game, which according to Coach Goff, that's their number 2 pitcher. They're really interchangeable. One's a lefty, one's a righty. So maybe if they're having success off a left-handed hitter, maybe bringing in a righty wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Top of the 3rd, Bitburg leads 3-0 over Shape, who's acting as the home team. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Right now with Christian Eldensink.
But you really do have to give a lot of credit to Kuhn though, because like I said, he's been more effective than any other pitcher in this tournament at keeping those runs down.
Very true. And surprisingly enough, Bitburg has a team ERA of .39, which is unheard of for me. I mean, that's just insane.
That is unbelievable.
And the pitch, ball up high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Looking at Christian Eldensink, Jr. Doubled last time he was up. We'll see if he can bring the magic one more time. Ball down in the dirt.
That is a rare passed ball from this pitcher-catcher combination. That doesn't happen too often. Yeah, one pitcher who tends to have very good composure there, and a catcher who's a defensive monster. As you can see on the instant replay, yeah, just got a little bit low and bounced right up on him. And the runners advance.
And a little slow play there. It seems the runner went from second to, bases are loaded right now. Bases are loaded, so we'll see how this one plays out for Bitburg. It looks to be number 11, Evan Less, who struck out last time he was up to bat.
Now, if you take a look at the manager out there, you can see that he's got a shirt saying "Mullet Baseball." Now, I spoke with the coaches and players over on Shape, and they were explaining the mullet baseball to me. Now, if you think about mullet, it's business up front, party in the back. Party in the back, and that's the concept that they like to go with their baseball. They want to prepare ahead of time. They want to make sure that they're ready to go all up front. But then as soon as the game's over, it's party time.
This is where the old saying, rally, rally on 2 comes in. Even though they're not down, they're still leading the way. Bitburg is right now over Shape 3-0, top of the 3rd, 2 outs. The pitch, outside, ball. Again, we've got number 11, Evan Less, struck out last time he was up to bat. Bases are loaded. Grand Slam magic? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Well, it's, you know, it's always a possibility with this Bitburg team. If any team has a chance to do it, it's certainly them.
And now Evan's got a decent batting average, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's batting .375, which, you know, obviously is a stellar batting average at any level. Compared to some of the other giants on his team, maybe not, but he's definitely no slough on the bag.
2-2 is the count. This is where Evan's going to really start to kind of be aggressive at the plate, really have to protect home plate. The pitch, ball. Little outside, a little high, excuse me, little high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, also known as a full count here in baseball. Bitburg leading the way, 3-0. Connection, line drive back up the middle.
Excellent cut right up the middle. We got 1 run in. It throws at the plate for the 2nd inning.
And tags him out. 1 run will count.
And that was an excellent job there by the other catcher. Actually, 1 catcher tagging out another to end the inning.
Bottom of the 3rd, or we're going into the bottom of the 3rd, and Bitburg's leading the way right now, 4-0. We'll see if Shape can come away with some type of magic, something they need to come back. Again, the games are an hour and 50 minutes long, and or 7 innings. I don't think we'll see 7 innings though. We're playing about the same pace as most games go.
You know, they really did a good job of keeping only 1 runner from scoring. You know, or excuse me, I'm sorry, only allowing 1 runner to score, because with the bases loaded like that, they really could have done more damage than that.
So we've talked about afneurope.net, where you can see this streaming. Also, if you get on over to afneurope.net, you can find our new program called AFN 360, which starts 1 June. Now, what that is, to me, it's pretty cool. I've done some radio shows for quite a while now. We're actually going to be able to stream our radio programming via the internet, which a lot of people have asked for quite a long time. So that's going to start June 1st. Again, that's AFN 360. Hit up our website, hit up our website, afneurope.net, to find out more information.
And of course, if you're one of the 3 people who have not had the internet, who do not have the internet, you can still catch the game on the AFN TV network. We've got the game airing June 9th at noon on the Pentagon channel, so make sure you check your local listings for that. It looks like Schmidt is back out again for another inning, so, but I mean, why not? He had an excellent inning last outing, and looks to continue his dominance on the mound today.
Now, Eric, what do you think the keys are coming into this bottom of the 3rd? They're down 4-0. You think they're going to start just letting them swing, or are they going to still stick with the small ball mentality?
I think 3 runs, you can still try to chip away at it. If Bitburg kind of got a little more in that inning, I think then you would have to start swinging harder on the fences and everything.
We've got Colin Helfelstein, sophomore, number 11, first baseman up. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And he takes a fastball high on that one, and there's a little bit behind it.
Austin Schmidt still calm, cool, and composed going into the windup. Nice connection. Pops it right past the pitcher and the 2nd baseman. He's definitely get 1. He's looking to go for stops. Smart play. Stays up with a single. Colin Heffelstein singles.
Well, with one man on the bag already, with 0 outs, this is Shape baseball right here. This is what they're going to do. You can see them try to advance the runners and maybe squeeze a couple runs out of this inning.
Again, another Austin versus Austin. We've got Austin Schmidt on the mound, and Austin Epper-Jesse, a sophomore, struck out last time. He's the 2nd baseman, number 7 for Shape. Runner on first.
And if you were in Austin, it would be Austin on Austin, watching it in Austin.
It's a lot of Austins. I kind of lose track after a little while. I think I might get a little confused.
Or Sean Austin, is he in Rudy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or
you're
Samwise Gamgee.
200 nothing.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, Austin Epper-Jesse, a sophomore, struck out last time, looking to change his fare this time.
Austin's one of those, like I said, one of the few players on the team that has the ability to hit it to the fences. Saw a pass ball right there from Schmidt.
Runner's going to advance to 2nd, so now a runner on 2nd. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Austin Epper-Jesse. Still got to be a little aggressive at the plate. Anything close, he's got to swing at it, being down 2 strikes.
My coach Goff is telling me that every single player on this team can bunt and knows how to bunt pretty well. So wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt coming up here sometime this inning.
Shape's just fundamentally sound.
Ball's in play. They're going to throw, overthrown ball.
Throw from Schmidt. We'll see a
Runner's going to come in from third to score. And because of that overthrown, slides in. Austin Epper-Jesse takes second base.
And like I said, this is shape baseball right here. Smart base running, put some pressure on your defense to make some good throws. And you look at the instant replay right here. Yeah, he just gets a little chopper on that one, and Schmidt goes back to make the throw and just couldn't get to the first baseman.
And the third baseman and the third base coach were smart to pay attention to that. As soon as it was overthrown, they took off and jogged in. They knew it was going to be a score. So again, 1 run in, that means it is 4-1. Bitburg is leading shape right now. No outs, man on second, and up to bat, we've got number 8, James Workman. He's a senior, he's the catcher. A really solid catcher too, as you were saying, John and Eric, that it doesn't let many balls past him.
No, he's defensively a great catcher, and he's no slough in the back at the plate either. Like I said, he's got a couple nice hits from last game, and here he connects with this one.
Right fielder fumbled the ball. He's going to stay at first. The runner's going to come in and score. That puts him within 2 runs now, 4-2. Shape is making a comeback off of a nice little single from James Workman.
And just like that, you know, they don't take a lot of big hits. As you can see on the instant replay coming up here in a little bit, you can see that, you know, it's all little hits, but you just got to place them in the right place and then smart base running. And as you can see right there, Austin did a great job, you know, reading his coach, making it to the plate.
It's like,
go ahead.
It's like Yogi Berra said, hit it or they ain't.
Which is probably the smartest baseball terminology I've ever heard. Yogi Berra also said that the game was what? 90% physical and a million% mental?
Yeah.
His percentages didn't quite equal up.
Kind of like Lou Ferrigno on the Celebrity Apprentice. I give 110%.
Yes, you do. Number 17, Nick Westrick, senior, third baseman, up to bat right now. He's got a runner on first. And we'll see if he can keep this single streak alive. Ball down in the dirt, runner advances to second. Now takes a little bit of pressure off there. They can't turn a double play with that. Well, a traditional double play in the sense. 1 ball, no strikes.
Now, Westrick had a double with 2 RBIs in the first inning yesterday, so we'll see if he can have the same kind of luck with this one. Similar situation, too.
Down in the dirt, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Westrick is ahead in the count. Kind of sit back, maybe watch a pitch or 2. What do you guys think?
I would. Like I said, the play discipline is one of the key aspects of this team.
Nice little chopper to the third baseman. Kind of a fumble. Will he get it in time? Safe.
Oh, they called him safe.
He's called safe right there.
It's a very close play at the first base. We'll see.
Runner advances to third. Coaches aren't too happy, and the third baseman there is Bryce Randall. He believes he got that pitch or that throw in time.
Well, it still remains though. Runners on first and third with nobody out. We've got Kuhn at the plate, the pitcher.
Could help his cause right here.
Again, Clay Kuhn, sophomore, number 24. Foul ball, out of play right there. No balls, 1 strike.
What do you think is going through Schmidt's mind right now? I mean, he's having a very good day out there, and really through no fault of his own, just through some poor defensive mistakes. He's having a rough inning. What do you think is going through his mind right now?
Must strike out.
Line drive back up to it. Will they get? That's 1 out.
Got the force.
Kuhn advances to first.
Well, it seems that he may have dropped the ball at second.
Oh.
So another defensive mistake is costing Bitburg.
Umps call time. They're going to talk about it briefly. Have a little coaches conference with Austin Schmidt right there. They're going to bring in the rest of the infield. And I guess you're right. It looks, John, you're right, that they dropped the ball at second.
Yeah, well, that's textbook good base running, going from first to second. If you see they have a chance to turn a double play like that, you slide in hard to that second baseman. That's exactly what he did, and he just happened to jar the ball loose.
And now that's actually, what, the third fumble, you can call it, in the last like 3 or 4 plays. The right fielder fumbled his grounder. Third baseman had a wicked shot at him.
Kind of stuck in his glove there.
Yeah, and then that one there, they drop it at second. So
And
Do you think Bitburg is losing some steam here?
Well,
making some mistakes and some mental errors there. They should, in all intents and purposes, they should be out of this inning.
and
4-3 right now, by the way. The runner did score. It is 4-3. Shape is making a comeback here in this inning. Bitburg still up by 1.
And you got to give credit to the Bitburg base running, because like I said, you're putting pressure on these guys to have to make good throws. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And especially when you're trying to turn double plays like that, you know, sometimes you get ahead of yourself and end up dropping the ball.
We've got Sam Manns, a senior, number 14. He struck out last time up to bat. First pitch, strike.
Is an own aisle named after him, too.
He does. I wonder if he can channel some of that energy to help him out here.
Well, speaking of Austins, we got another Austin out there on first base. We've got Austin Colazzo for pinch running for Kuhn. And he's a speedy little guy right there. He's a senior.
Second pitch, ball down on the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, this is Sam Mann. Struck out last time for Shape. Austin Schmidt still on the mound, bottom of the 3rd inning of this DoDDS Division 2-3 Combination Championship. The pitch, strike. 2 strikes, 1 ball.
A man squared up for a bunt right there, so do you think it's a good opportunity for him to drop a bunt?
He could. They're down by 1 run, maybe advance the runner into second, or from second to third. It'd be a tough one, though. They could turn an easy double play. Nice little chopper there behind the pitcher. Second baseman bobbles it, or excuse me, shortstop bobbles it. Base is loaded.
That's another mental mistake right there. That's you can't keep doing this and expect to win a baseball game.
They seem a little too anxious. Is that just me, or does it look like they're trying to make the play or force it too fast?
Well, this is the biggest game that probably they've played, you know, this entire season. So if any time they're going to be under pressure, it's this game right here.
Thomas Muldoon, number 21. He is a junior, struck out last time. He's up to bat right now for Shape. The pitch, pop up.
That one's hanging far out and drops in, but still couldn't get to the ball. It was Billups. So it'll just count as a strike.
And Billups, he was running after it. I think he's trying to redeem himself for bobbling that last grounder he took out in right field. No balls, 1 strike. Shape is down by 1 run. Bitburg leading 4-3.
With the bases loaded, so this is a big time situation for Thomas Muldoon. This is time for him to prove his
bases loaded, no
captain.
outs.
And they've got Connor Manning on deck. Nice
Squeeze play there.
Yeah, he attempted a bunt there and just went over the top.
Over the top, Dad, over the top.
I'm loving the movie references.
The second Stallone reference we've had so far in this game.
There might be a pattern forming here. Again, Thomas Muldoon struck out last time he was up to bat. Ball right there, a little high. And we were saying Connor Manning is on deck right now. He's the shortstop. He singled last time up and ran the bases pretty well. So that could be what they're looking for, is if they get the bunt, get the run in, and see what happens after that.
Excellent hit, right up the gap. Right up the gap. We got one run coming in to score. Third base is waving around Austin. He comes into the plate. There's going to be a slide, and he is safe. 2 runs in by a beautiful hit.
That puts it 5-4. Shape has just taken the lead in the bottom of the 3rd of this Division 2-3 championship.
And that was huge. You can hear the Shape fans going nuts. We'll take a look at the instant replay right here. That's a beautiful piece of hitting, battled with it, and hit it right up the gap, bringing in 2 runs. And you can hear the Shape fans from over here. They are definitely excited.
And that, to me, is the perfect play. That little chopper that he had, that nice little pop, high enough that the pitcher can't get it, and it drops right in the gap. That's an easy single, and that's exactly what you need in this situation. First pitch to Connor Manning is a strike. So still no outs. Shape leads the way, 5-4 in the bottom of the 3rd. Connor had a single last time he was up. Foul ball for strike 2.
Now this right here is, and you have to say this inning is probably textbook baseball. For all those kids watching at home, this is how you play the game of baseball.
And I almost feel like an idiot, almost, for asking a question, should Shape change their mentality after the 2nd inning? I was wrong.
You know, and I questioned it too.
It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong.
Caught looking right there is Connor Manning. Strike right on the outside of the plate.
1 down.
Got Jacob Conk right up here, the senior left fielder for Shape.
Austin Schmidt still on the mound. Nice little chopper, popped it up. We'll see if they let it go foul, and it does. Foul ball, strike 1. Gonna go down for that one. Again, Jacob Conkright up to bat. And Shape really put it on this inning. Like we were saying, they've dropped 5 runs. They've got a real chance to make a dent here in Bitburg's hopes and dreams.
Well, Conrad's had a very effective day in manufacturing runs already. As I said, he's got 2 RBIs from the first game where he laid down a sacrifice bunt. So wouldn't be surprised to see some heroics out of him here either.
And the pitch, strike 2. Two strikes, no balls. Jacob Conkright at the mound, or the plate, excuse me. Down in the dirt, ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We still got runners on first and second, so be aware that Shape still has some more potential for runs in this inning.
And with no outs, it'd be smart to try and get the second base runner to steal here. Again, another little chopper. We'll see if it now stays in play.
And there's no play on the ball, so runners advance. We've got bases loaded once again. It seems, I don't know if it's the pitches that Schmidt throws or if it's the kind of swings they're going for, but they're hitting it down in the dirt and these choppers right up the middle, and they're tough to field, as you can see.
And they're hanging up perfectly in the grass where it's kind of hard for, it's like the perfect bunt almost, where the pitcher and catcher can't get to it. At the plate right now is Colin Heffelstein. He singled last time he was up.
Runner advances from third, and there's a nice easy steal. Oh, foul ball.
Perfect play right there, too. If it would have just hung up a little bit in the grass, that's going to go down as a strike for his bunt.
But
We'll see if they send the runner again.
As you said earlier, though, I mean, this harkens back to the World Baseball Classic, like watching the Japanese or Korean teams play. It's just smart execution, fundamentally sound, and sacrifice bunts.
That's not very American-like, though. Chicks dig the long ball.
Well, who won the last World Baseball Classic?
I know.
And look at that, a bunt scores a run. That's an RBI for number 11, Colin Heffelstein, for a perfect bunt. I mean, it rolled right past Austin Schmidt. He was able to hold on to that.
And you can see in the instant replay, ball comes right back. Schmidt tries to make a barehanded play on it, can't quite handle it, and run scores.
Yeah, that was number 14, Sam Mans, who singled last time he was up as well. So Shape putting another run on the board. That is 6-4. They've taken the lead, and I don't believe they're going to really fight to hold on to it. We'll see if Bitburg can come back at the top of the 4th and play their hearts out. You know,
you have to wonder if Bitburg can come back from behind, because they haven't been behind this entire tournament. They've given up only 4 runs over 4 games, and they got a run differential of 45 runs. So, you know, it kind of makes you question if they really have the ability to come back from behind.
And they're making a pitching change right now. Austin Schmidt not too happy about it, but you got to do what you got to do. And I believe that is, where's his number? Could be Evan Less, the shortstop, who's moving into pitch right now.
Well, Coach earlier said that Colton Lund was their backup, their typical backup, number 8. I can't see his number on there, so I'm not really sure if that's him up there or not. But he's a freshman. I'm sorry, no, actually, Colton, number 8, is actually the shorter guy standing behind the pitcher.
Yeah, so it does look like they've got Evan Less up there to pitch. He's a junior, and we'll see if this change is exactly what Bitburg needs or not. So again, we're in the bottom of the 3rd of this Division 2-3 championship. Shape is on top 5-4 right now after a 5-run bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the Division 2-3 Dodds Championship for baseball, and it's brought to us today by AFN Europe and Vice Media. So thanks to everyone who's helped out here, all of our camera workers, and of course, Mr. Eric Majorwitz, our musician, actor, statistician, whatever you want to name it, he's going to do it for you.
Speaking of 5-tool players, he's a comedian, he's a football expert, baseball expert, he does everything.
Got number 7, Austin Epperjesi up to bat. He singled last time up. He's the second baseman. The pitch, ball 1. Shape really doing a good job right now. Do you guys think that they're going to be able to keep this momentum going?
Honestly, I don't see them stopping. They're not slowing down anytime soon. We'll see if the change in pitching has an effect on their strategy here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Austin Epperjesi, sophomore, singled last time up. Tries to lay down a safe, slid underneath the plate.
Wow.
Nice play right there.
And that's Shape baseball to a T.
You don't see people steal home very often, but Shape is very effective when they do. And when they do, obviously right there, they knocked in that run.
As I said earlier, they had 2 stolen home bases. As you can see, perfect slide, just got under the tag. You know, you got some contesting from the pitcher.
7-1 and a stolen base at home.
It's textbook, like we've been talking about. 1 out. Yeah, that's perfect textbook. Got 1 ball, 1 strike to Austin Epper-Jesse. Again, he singled last time up. We've got runners on second and third right now. We'll see if the new pitcher can make a difference.
And give some credit to the Shape coaching for having the faith in their players to be able to make those stolen bases. You know, to give your guy a call to steal home. You have some faith in your guys.
Austin Schmidt and Evan Less have pretty much switched positions. Evan Less is throwing the ball now for him. Down in the dirt, ball 3. Got 3 balls, 1 strike. And Austin Schmidt has moved to shortstop. Runners on second and third. Score is 6-4, with Shape now leading the way over Bitburg. 5-2.
No, it's 7-5 right now.
Excuse me, 7-4. So, might help if I can read the tally marks that I have written down here.
And Billups makes the catch in the outfield, but runner is tagging up from third. And the relay, I mean, it came in on time, but it almost looked like there wasn't enough urgency from number 14, the Christian Eidenschink. He needed to turn around and make that throw home right away, and didn't even make an effort for it. So as a result, run comes in on the tag up.
Number 8, James Workman up to bat. Last time up, he singled. They've almost cleared the bases. We're looking at 8-4. Let's take a look at the instant replay right here.
As you can see, it was a nice pop out to the right field there. But the relay did not come in on time, and Eidenschink just didn't get the effort out there to get it home. So as a result, like I said, runner tags up, and we've got another run in.
Runner on third, and like we said, we've got Workman up to bat. He singled last time up. He's the catcher. He is a senior this year. We've got the score is
8-4 right now.
8-4 with Shape leading the way. This is an 8-run inning, still 2 outs left, only 1 down right now. Shape's really turning it on him. This is perfect for them because with the hour and 50 time limit, they could burn out most of the time right now and not give him another chance. Strike.
And you can see the frustration building up with the Bitburg players. I mean, the defensive errors, they just seem to be mounting on them.
8-4, 1.
Nice cut from Workman. It's dropping in and shell center, and able to make the catch.
Mercifully, the inning
That was the third out. Yeah, exactly. So that's the bottom of the third. Shape is leading the way, 8-4. Coming up in just a second, we'll have the top of the fourth. Bitburg and Shape, the Division 2-3 DoDDS European Baseball Championships. Again, this is the DoDDS European Baseball Championships. You're watching Bitburg take on Shape. Shape is the acting home team. They're leading the way 8-4 after a very impressive bottom of the third inning. And do you guys think Bitburg's going to be able to come back and knock in 4 runs like they need?
Well, if any team's capable of it, I'm sure Bitburg is. They can play the long ball, as we were saying earlier. But it seems that Shape has really kind of turned the tempo to their pace.
Eric, what do you think the keys are going to be for the Bitburg team to come back from this?
I think they need to get it close. They don't need to get ahead. They just need to get it close. 8-6, 8-5, and then maybe they can turn to their stronger pitching for their closers and everything.
Again, Clay Kuhn is on the mound for Shape. He is a sophomore, number 24. And we'll see how well they can do if Shape can hold them defensively. They haven't made as many errors as Bitburg has, but we'll see if they can hold on.
Well, you wonder if Kuhn's still warm. You know, how long did they have that inning going for? They basically were at bat for a good 2 rotations through the lineup. So hopefully Kuhn's loosened up again and ready to get back out there on the mound.
It was long enough time I could have went to Chili's and got me a triple dipper or something.
As long as you brought me back some Southwestern egg rolls, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're golden.
But give a lot of credit to Kuhn out there. Like I said, he kept his composure, held out Bitburg to only 4 runs so far, and it's no small feat.
Out to bat, Matt Flood, center fielder. He had a double last time up. First pitch, ball down in the dirt. No outs, 8-4. Shape is leading the way. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt Flood.
And if there's anybody that's going to get a run started here for Bitburg, nobody better than Matt Flood, who also is one of their star athletes for their high school. Not even just with baseball. He's also a star defensive back for their football team. Had a number of interceptions in the championship game, if I remember correctly.
Nice little drop for a single.
He takes one right in the gap in right field.
Just the way you want your leadoff man to start the inning. Again, this is the top of the 4th inning. Bitburg is down 4-8 against Shape. Shape is acting as the home team. Let's take a look at the instant replay right there. Nice swing, beautiful connection, and a nice little drop right behind first base.
Yeah, it was right down in the right field, right down the first base line. Nice little shot there, and Matt Flood, he's dangerous on base as well. He's got 5 stolen bases so far in this tournament, so if anybody's going to get something going, like I said, he could be the guy to do it.
And yet, no relation to Kurt Flood.
Which is kind of a bummer. It'd only make him cooler. Only make him cooler.
Well, we can thank him for all the huge salaries now in free agency.
At the plate right now, we've got number 8, Colton Lund. He doubled last time up. Second baseman, a freshman. First pitch, ball. Way outside.
He's had a couple big shots so far in this tournament already. He's got a couple doubles and a triple, so he's definitely capable of knocking in some runs.
Runner goes to second.
Steal attempt,
the out.
And he got the out. Wow, that is a big put out right there. That is it was a very close play. Ben, we'll take a look at the replay for that one. But this is an excellent job putting him out from catcher. Got his awareness, got the throw exactly where he needed it, right down by the second baseman, and yeah.
And that was a good play, too, by the pitcher. I mean, they were looking for the strike, but the way that the ball came in with a little bit of a drop, the catcher was able to pick it up and throw that one right in for the out.
Was Flood Tebow in there? I can't tell.
I think that's just frustration. I think you see a lot of frustration from these Bitburg players, and having tough breaks like that, one on top of another, it's got to add up on them.
1 out. Again, Shape is leading the way 8-4 over Bitburg for this Division 2-3 DoDDS Baseball Championships. Strikeout right there from Clay Kuhn. I guess his arm is not tired. He looks to still have the heater and can still bring it when he needs to. And this is exactly what Shape needs to do.
His velocity's still going. He's still got good control, as you can see right here. Perfect placement, drops right in the outside corner. And batter doesn't look too happy about it, but excellent job by Kuhn.
And we talked about framing offline a few ago, and the way the catcher's able to get the ball and bring it back into basically the strike zone with his mitt can help an umpire think or not think if it was a strike or a ball. And it's really effective in the majors, and it's nice to see some of the kids like that pitch right there utilize it.
And you don't see it a whole lot in the high school level because it is a thing that takes a lot of rapport between the players. But if any battery is capable of it, I think James Workman and Clay Kuhn definitely have that reputation.
But you're not supposed to use your position to influence an election.
Austin Schmidt up to bat right now, number 16. He just got replaced by Evan Less as the pitcher, so Austin Schmidt has moved to shortstop and just getting a little tired, throwing some too many balls there. The pitch, hit by pitch, gonna take that base. And I know he's frustrated, but he's got to be happy to be on base right now.
And Clay Kuhn must have a sigh of relief that he didn't come forward.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of some body there coming at you. May not be too happy with that.
Yeah, that's not somebody you want to have charge of the mound on you.
No.
Bryce Randall, third baseman, up to bat right now. And Bryce has got a lot of power. When he pulls it, a third baseman down there for Shape needs to watch out.
Kuhn has thrown 52 pitches for 35 for strikes. And he looks like he's in a groove right now, guys.
Yeah, he's definitely still got his control pretty well. I mean, despite letting that one go and hitting Schmidt, he's been pretty good control so far in this inning, and I don't think they're going to pull him anytime soon.
And you said 52 pitches?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, 52 pitches. We'll see if the coaches give him a pitch count, if they're going to pull him after a while, or if they're going to let him finish out his innings.
It's the last game of the season. Can't hold anything back.
First pitch to Bryce Randall is a ball. And like we were saying, we're at the top of the 4th. Bitburg is up to bat. They are behind Shape right now, 4-8. So Shape leading the way.
Randall takes a big cut on that one. So the third baseman's a little bit nervous about that one.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bitburg again down by 4 runs. Nice connection there.
Big cut. That drops. Does that drop
foul ball? 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Was he aiming for the fire truck over there? Or?
It looked like it. Well, it's red, and I think that's the perfect target. Or that kid in the red shirt. Maybe I can't tell which one he was aiming
Or is
at.
that a scissor lift? I'm not sure.
Well, let's pretend it's a fire truck.
Okay.
That's what we're going to go with.
All right. Well, it's hot enough for a brush fire.
That's true. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Bryce Randall up to bat. 2-2. 1 out. Shape leading the way 8-4 for this Division 2-3 championship. The windup, the pitch,
In
down
the
in the dirt.
And a little bit of confusion there after the strikeout. They usually got to tag the player out, and looked like Workman tripped up a little bit there.
I think Randall thought he must have been tagged because he started to slow down halfway to the bag, and that's not normal. Let's take a look at the insert replay and see if we can get a better look at that one.
Yeah, as you can see, he makes a cut, strikes out, and yeah, Workman got tripped up on his feet a little bit, so I think Randall stops halfway through, so once he came off the baseline, he was out either way.
Bottom of the fourth, Bitburg didn't put up any runs there, so Shape still leading the way 8-4. And we're going to be getting kind of close to the time limit here. Again, 1 hour and 50 minutes is the time limit, and or 7 innings, whichever comes first.
Tick, 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 tick.
And now is the pressure, do you guys think the pressure's on at Bitburg? They didn't put up a single run in that top of the 4th inning. They're going to have to do something, yeah?
They need a quick 1, 2, 3 here.
That was their power line, too. I mean, you had your heavy hitters coming through there, so you're going to have to get some of your smaller guys to step up and make some big plays.
Again, on the mound right now is Evan Less for Bitburg. He switched places with Austin Schmidt. He's number 11. He's a junior?
Yeah, I believe he is a, yep, he's a junior.
Nick Westrick, the third baseman, number 17 for Shape, is going to be up to bat first. Last time up, I believe he singled.
But he's been in part of a couple of key plays here already, so I know he had a stolen base or two, and he's definitely been one of their key offensive players. I think you're going to see a lot more of the mullet baseball, as they like to put it. I think you're going to see a lot of guys taking some pitches here, some good plate discipline, and letting the time wear on so they can get to the party in the back.
Again, thanks to AFN Europe and Vice Media for bringing the broadcast today. If you're watching it on the internet at afneurope.net, thanks for joining us. First pitch, ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 0 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Shape is up to bat.
A lot of credit to these 2 pitchers so far, or these 3 pitchers so far today. We've seen a lot of batters getting hit so far in this tournament. I don't think a lot of it's intentional, but only 1 so far today, so good on those guys.
Pop up, catcher going to get to it? No, it's going to go down as a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs.
He saw that fence appearing in the rearview mirror.
Kind of pulled up a little bit. Again, number 17, Nick Westrick, the third baseman, up to bat.
He did that for the fence's safety, not him.
He looks like he would have definitely done some damage to the fence, not vice versa.
I think it's the chin strap here. Seen a lot of facial hair amongst these high school kids here today.
Nice little chopper up to the shortstop.
Austin Schmidt makes an excellent play there. Gets in perfect position, make that play. I mean, that was a rip right up the middle. He gets in front of it and makes that throw. Of course, when you throw it, what, 88 mile an hour fastball as a pitcher, it's going to get there.
It is nice to see, even though he's been pulled from pitching, that he still held his composure, took the half second to take it out of his glove and have a nice throw to home. We've seen too many times where third base, shortstop has kind of bobbled it trying to get it there too quickly. Ball 1.
Get a little overzealous there.
Kuhn takes one right over his head on that one.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Shape leading the way 8-4 in the bottom of the 4th. Strike. Down by the knees.
I suppose you start ducking under pitches there, so calling them low on you.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. The windup and the pitch.
Takes a nice cut on that one. It's dropping back into right field. Phillips squares up underneath and has it. 2nd out, so trying to make quick work of this inning for both teams here.
And like you were saying, Eric, 3 up, 3 down is kind of what Bitburg needs right now.
Well, we wish Malmore was out here, but they put a valiant effort, so.
I could say the same thing about Wiesbaden, but it didn't happen.
Coach Jewell.
I hope Steve heard that too, because he'll call me later and I'll have to hear about it.
What'd you do,
Yeah. Number 14, Sam Mann's up to bat right now. First pitch, ball. 2 outs right now to Shape. They're leading the way 8-4.
He asked me how I got this cush job. I said, I asked. Like,
I think you might be a little jealous. Mann takes a swing right there. Foul ball behind the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he's got that Division I football championship to cry at home at night with.
He does. He does.
If Shape can hold on and win this game, this would be huge because this is their first year as a D2 team. They were a D1 team last year.
Nice pickup there by Bryce Randall. 3 up, 3 down, just what Bitburg needed.
And give Bitburg credit for that excellent defense because all 3 of those were excellent defense in their part, mistake-free, some good routine fundamental baseball.
You see the umpire there was looking at his watch a second. In the instant replay, that was the scoop. I mean, he took some dirt with that ball, but he got it in.
I believe the rule is you cannot start another